We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Tes Amud Beis in Meseches Nedarim. This is Nedarim Daf 49b. On the previous summit, Rava said that sometimes we refer to the Talmidei Chachamim as cholim, as individuals who are sick, because they are weaker due to their Torah learning. And the Gemara says this is Rava according to what he said in another context, because he said, Keman matzlinon al ketzirei ve'al meriyeh. According to whom do we daven on the ketzirei and the meriyeh? That refers to the people who are ill, meaning to say we say the bracha of Rofe Chole Amo Yisrael. We say that bracha every day. So whose opinion does that follow? Rava says, Keman Rav Yossi. Who does it follow? It follows the opinion of Rav Yossi. The Iran over here explains, Rav Yossi says in Parakama de Rosh Hashanah, Adam nidon b'chol yom, that a person is judged every day. That's why we daven every day for healing, because according to Rav Yossi, a person is judged every day. The Ilu Rabbanan, whereas according to the Rabbanan, the Islahu Denidon Rosh Hashanah, they hold the judgment doesn't happen every day, it only happens on Rosh Hashanah. Kevin Shenigmar Dinan, since the Gemar Din already happened, Ain Tefillah Moelas Len. So a Tefillah is not going to help for those who are sick. And in any case, the point of bringing this statement of Rava is as follows: Mida Omar Ketzirei Umriyeh, from the fact that Rava says the Ketzirei and the Meriyeh, what are those two terms referring to? Shma Mina Ketzirei Ketzirei Mamish. You see that Ketzirei refers to people who are actually sick, and Meriyeh Rabbanan, Meriyeh refers to the Rabbanan. That's how you see that Rava holds the Talmidei Chachamim, the Rabbanan, they're also in the category of those who are sick. And the Gemara continues at the two dots. The Mishnah said, Umuter ba'ava. Let's say you have a situation where the person takes a neder not to have tavshil. So we said that refers to something that accompanies bread, which is something that is liquidy, and therefore it's mutter to have a thick kind of porridge, because generally speaking, a thick kind of porridge does not accompany bread. And the Gemara says, Masnisin delo kebavloi. Our Mishnah follows not like the Babylonians. The Yom Rabbi Zera, because Rabbi Zera said, Bavloi tifshoy, the foolish Babylonians, the achli lachma belachma, they eat their bread accompanied with other bread, meaning with like a thick porridge. It's like eating bread with bread. That's not something that is appropriate in Rabbi Zera's opinion, but the point is the Bavloi, the Babylonians, they would do that, and therefore a thick porridge as well is something that accompanies bread. And the Gemara continues, Amar of Chisda says, Demashil lahon laholin nagdoni de Hutzel. They asked the people of Hutzel who were at Nagdoni. The Mefarish says daikonim b'meichel, means they were very exacting in how to eat their food. So they asked them, Hadein daisa hechen mali lemechel. When it comes to daisa, to porridge, what's the best way to eat it? Techite belachma techite, is the best to have porridge that's from wheat with bread that's from wheat, with the sari belachma the sari, and then if it's porridge from barley, it should be with bread of barley. Odilma dechiti b'desari with desari b'dechiti, or maybe the other way around. Maybe it's better if it's wheat to be with barley, if it's barley to be with wheat. And the Gemara continues, Rava achle bechasisi. Rava would eat bread accompanied with porridge. It was a thick porridge of toasted barley grains. And the Gemara continues, Rabba bar Rav Huna ashkechel Rav Huna. Rabba bar Rav Huna found Rav Huna deka achal daisa betzbasa. He was eating the porridge with his fingers. Amar Lei said to him, Amai ka'achal mar biyode. Why is the master eating with his hands? Amar Lei said, Hachi Amar Rav. This is what Rav said. Daisa betzbasa basim. That if you have the porridge with the fingers, it actually adds to the taste. It is better. V'kol dechein betartin v'kol dechein betzlas. And certainly if you're going to have it with 2 fingers, and even more so if you have it with 3 fingers. Amar Lei Rav Chia Berei. So Amar Lei Rav l'Chia Berei. Rav said to Chia his son. V'chein Amar Lei Rav Huna l'Rava Berei. And also Rav Huna said to Rava his son. Mezamnim loch l'meichal daisa ad parsa. If they invite you to eat daisa, to eat porridge, you should travel even a parsa for the daisa. L'meichal bisr detura. If they invite you to eat the meat of an ox, ad talasa parson, you should even go 3 parson. Amar le Rav l'Chia Berei v'chein Amar le Rav Huna l'Rabba Berei. Rav said to Chia his son, and again Rav Huna also said to Rabba his son, Kol midoam lo tiflot kame Rabcha. All kinds of food you shouldn't spit out in front of your Rebbe. It's not respectful. Levar min karav daisa, except for gourd and for porridge. Shehin domin lipsilta shel aver, because those are similar to the wick of lead, meaning they're very damaging, and therefore they should be spit out. Ve'afilo kame shvor malka plot. When it comes to those food items, even if you're in front of King Shapur, you should spit it out. And the Gemara continues, Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yehuda. When it came to Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yehuda, Chad achil daisa betzbasei. One ate the porridge with his fingers. Chad achil behutza. The other one ate it with a fork. Amar le dachal behutza le dachal betzbasei. The one who ate with a fork said to the one who ate with his fingers, Ad masei atam achilein soascha. How long are you going to feed me the dirty things that are coming from your fingernails. It's disgusting the way you're eating. Amar lei dachal betzbasi ledachal behutza. So the one who was eating with his fingers said to the one who was eating with a fork, Ad masai atam achileni rocha. For how long are you going to feed me your spittle, because you're putting the fork back in, you're putting your saliva back in. And the Gemara continues, Rabbi Yehuda v'Rabbi Shimon aisu lekamayu belusfin. Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon, it was brought in front of them belusfin, which is a kind of figs. Rabbi Yehuda acha, Rabbi Shimon lo acha. Rabbi Yehuda ate from it, and Rabbi Shimon did not. Amar le Rabbi Yehuda, so Rabbi Yehuda said to Rabbi Shimon, my time lo achal mar, why isn't the master eating? Amar le Rabbi Shimon, so Rabbi Shimon said to him, Eloin yotzin mibnei meyayim kolikr. These things don't leave the intestines at all, meaning to say they don't become digested properly. Amar le Rabbi Yehuda, so Rabbi Yehuda said back to him, Kol shekain shenismach alein lamachar. So on the contrary, in that case we can even rely on it till tomorrow, meaning to say if it's not digested, it's going to stay in the intestines, in the stomach, and therefore it's a way that it's going to keep us full even until tomorrow. And the Mefarish over here says, Belusfi and Ta'inim shenizbashlu yoser midai. According to the Mefarish, it means to say they've ripened too much. So Kevan shein yotz minei mayayim kol shekain. He said back, certainly it's good. Temalu, that's a good thing. Shenismach alein shein on atzrichin lechol meichol acher lemachar. We're not going to need to eat anything tomorrow because again, it stays in the intestines. And the Gemara continues, Rabbi Yehuda have a Yosef Kamed Rabbi Tarfon. Rabbi Yehuda was sitting in front of Rabbi Tarfon. Amar le Rabbi Tarfon. Rabbi Tarfon said to him, Hayom panecha tzehuvin. Today your face, it looks red, a healthy kind of color. Amar le said to him, Emesh yotzu avadecha l'sadi. Yesterday your servants, meaning referring to himself, we went out to the field. Vehiviu lanu tardin v'achalnum, and they brought us beets and we ate them below melach, without salt. V'machalnum b'melach, and had we eaten them with salt, kol shekein shayu paneinu tzehuvin. Even more so, our faces would be this color, this healthy looking color, because that would have brought us great benefit. And the Gemara continues, Amra hahi machunisal Rabbi Yehuda. A certain Gentile woman said to Rabbi Yehuda, More v'ravi, you're issuing psak halacha while you're drunk. Amar lo, he said to her, Hemnusa biyada, my integrity, it's in your hand. Biyada dahitasa, my integrity should be in the hands of that woman, meaning to say almost like he's taking an oath. Itoyimno ela kidusha v'avdalto v'arbo kasi de pischa. All I've tasted is the wine from Kiddush and Havdalah, and the 4 cups on Pesach. I don't drink any other things other than that. V'chogreini tzidim in Pesach haratzeres, and because I have the 4 cups on Pesach, so I have to tie my temple from Pesach until Atzeres, meaning it gives me a big headache. It doesn't affect me in a good way. I don't drink it any other times for that reason. So why is it that I look like I've drunk? Rather, it's the wisdom of a person that makes his face shine. That's why my face looks like this, but it's not because I've drunk wine. And the Gemara continues, Amar le hahut siduki le Rabbi Yehuda. A certain siduki said to Rabbi Yehuda, Panecha domini kemal ve'ribis, ike megadle chazer. And your face looks like either you lend for interest or you raise pigs. The point is these were professions which made good money, and the people looked healthy. He's telling him, you look healthy. You look like you're in these occupations. Amar le, so he said back to the siduki, B'Yehudoi tarvayu asir. And by the Jewish people, both of those occupations, they're actually forbidden. So why do I look so healthy? Ela esrim v'arba beisaki isli min beisad be midrasha. Rather, there are 24 bathrooms from my house until the Beis Medrash. V'chol shah v'shah ani nichnas l'chol echad v'echad. In each hour, I enter each one. I go frequently, and that's what keeps me healthy. And the Gemara continues, Rav Yehuda kad ozel levei midrasha. Rav Yehuda, when he would go to the Beis Medrash, shakil gulfal kisvei, he would take a pitcher and put it on his shoulder. He would carry it, and he would use that as a chair when he got to the Beis Medrash. Amar, he said, gedola malacha, doing work is great. Shemechabedes as baaleh, because it brings honor to the person who does the work, meaning this brings me honor. I don't have to sit on the ground. Rather, I can sit on this pitcher. Rabbi Shimon shakil tzana al kisvei, similar story. Rabbi Shimon, he took a basket on his shoulder when he went to the Beis Medrash. Amar, and he said the same thing, gedola malacha, work is great. Shemechabedes as baaleh, because it brings honor to the one who does it. And the Gemara continues, Devisu de Rabbi Yehuda, the wife of Rabbi Yehuda, Nefakas Noktas Amra. So she went out, she collected wool of the Glima de Hutvi, and she made a nice thick cloak out of the wool. Kanafakas Lashuka Michsi Abei, when she went out to the marketplace, she would cover with it. V'chad Nafik Rabbi Yehuda L'tzaluye, when Rabbi Yehuda went to daven, have a Michse Umatzli, he would cover himself with it, and he would pray. V'chad Michsi Abei, when he put it on, have a Mevarech, he would make a bracha, Baruch Sha'atani Me'il, blessed is the one who has wrapped me in this cloak. And the Mefarish over here says the point is Sha'atani Mi'il Shahaya Lohen Chaviv Kol Kach Shalohaya Lohen Acher. It was very beloved because that's all that they had. They were very poor. And so the Gemara continues, Zim Nechada Gazer Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel. Tanei, so one time, Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel decreed a fast. Rabbi Yehuda lo asa, Rabbi Yehuda didn't come, Levei Tanesa, to the area of the fast. Amrin lay, they said to him, Lo islay kisuya, he must not have a proper garment. Shadar lay glima, so he sent to him a proper cloak, and that way he could come dressed appropriately. Velo kabul, but he did not accept it, and we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Nun Amud Aleph.